What's going on, my fam sizzles? So nice to have you here today. I can't believe it. We're like halfway through wedding season right now. We're in the first week of July, almost the second week. This last week has been absolutely wild. We had two weddings. We had one on Wednesday at Sadie Lake, and then we had one on Saturday at Thunder Ridge. And I got to tell you, both of them were absolutely, I like to call them blowouts. That's when everybody there is having a great time. So July weddings, man, it gets sizzling hot. Yeah, just something nice about it. But I wanted to extend my thank you to both couples. Absolutely an amazing wedding each day, and so happy your guests are just in for the party. So I love it when the guests are all willing to just jump in and have a great time. So I think that's what makes a great wedding. If that's the kind of couple you are, you want to have a great party, you got to have great guests. Now, if you're more grown and sexy, then you want more of a laid back crowd. That's cool too. But this week, it's been nothing but just a hype, crazy, hot dance floor all week. So can't say enough thank yous for that. But during these weddings, it got me thinking, so I made some notes I'm going to be looking over here. Just about I was thinking back like 5 years ago when I first started doing weddings and like what the setup looked like and how long it would take me to set up. And like, man, it would take me like 45 minutes to an hour just to get my normal setup. And like what I started to realize is like you got to simplify your time because like you start going into different venues and every venue is different. Like the amount of problems and the amount of like where they put you, how much room you have, it all fluctuates. Like there is no like venue that is exactly the same and you're going to be in the same spot, and no couple is the same and their expectations of you are completely different. Every couple has different expectations of you as a wedding DJ. So some things I noticed is like you have to think about your setup process differently. So when we first started like 5 years ago, it was one of these stands you'd fold out and then you put it on top and then you pull your mixer out of a separate bag. But first you pull the bag, you pull the stand out of a bag, and then you pull the mixer out of a bag, and then you pull the controller out of a bag, and then you would bring the laptop out of a bag, and then you'd have a little stand for the laptop that you'd pull out of a bag. And I started to realize, I was like, man, there's so many wires, and then you pull all the wires out, and you're like, oh, which wire goes where? And you show up 2 hours before a wedding, but you're you're like still wondering, do I have enough time to set up? And like that's why I just strictly went straight to a box. I said, let's get everything in a box. No need for a stand. We can put this on a table. We'll get a tablecloth. I got my own table. I got two size tables now. I got a smaller table and I got a bigger table, depending upon how much room we have in a room. Because sometimes couples want to have their party in a smaller room. Sometimes couples want to have it in a gigantic venue. You just don't know. So with cities and stuff, like more like city weddings, like it's going to be a smaller venue because you're going to be paying a premium for probably like a water view, or you're going to be downtown Seattle or something downtown by the water. It's going to be a smaller setup. So versus like a farm venue, it's going to be way like you're going to have so much room and it's going to be spread out. So every venue is different. Let me say that like 10 more times, but it's the truth. So instead of having a stand for the laptop, we have the box and it's already got a stand built in. So all you do is just push it back, put your laptop up, hook in your wires. Your wires are already hooked up. I got so sick of like rehooking wires. And another thing about hooking up wires all the time is it actually ages your wires really fast, like connecting, disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting. And like that can cause some issues. Like if you play a lot of shows, like we were doing like 70 shows in like 2022. So believe me, you start to learn after a few setups. You're like, maybe it's time we kind of simplify this because it's taken way too long to set up everything. So I got this box. I searched for a little bit about it. I said, let's put our wireless mic receiver in here. And then I just got this week, and this is a stereo mixer. Now I was using a Mackie mixer in the back of the box, but the problem is you try to reach in there and it causes for error. You can hit your turntable, you can hit the wrong volume, it'll raise it all the way up, and then yeah, it's just not a good idea. So I decided this last week, let's go ahead and buy one of these. Let's install it right next to it. It's a Shure mixer. It goes great with the Shure receiver. I've tried it a few times now. It's really nice. It's really nice. You got the volume controls right in the front, right next to you. Just oop up if you need to. Turn the bass down a little bit. It just simplifies your setup so nicely. So, but something else I learned too is that if you're buying gear and you're just starting, it's okay to buy budget gear because you're probably not charging a lot. You know, you're just getting started. You want to get your feet wet. You want to learn some stuff. But with budget gear comes about 20,000 bags. And all those bags just make it so hard to stay organized and just to have like a simple process. So the more expensive something is, I think, I don't know if you can see it back there. I just got these QSCs back here. I'm gonna move this microphone over a little bit. I got two QSCs and these things are amazing. I love them. They're column arrays. They came out last year and I've used them half of this year. I started using, I think it was May. Yeah, it was the end of May. I got them and I upgraded from some Mackie speakers, and the Mackies were fine for what I was doing. But I said, you know what? I got to elevate my game. This is 5 years, 6 years going in. We gotta step our game up. We got to give couples a little bit more. We got to raise our price up just a little bit more. But we also have to clean up our setup, get rid of all the wires, get rid of all the like visual cues that you're not a great DJ. So we upgraded the speakers. They didn't come with actual speaker bags, but we went ahead and bought some. I think they were like 100 to 150 a piece for the bags, but I gotta be honest with you, they're so nice, the bags. Like, they're so easy, and like, the speakers eliminate tripods. And tripods, as a DJ in a small venue, is the worst nightmare you can think of. Couples think about you as a DJ because they want you there, but some weddings aren't meant for a DJ, but they are meant for a sound guy slash DJ, somebody that's there and keeping the flow going for him and everything. But you get to some venues, man, there's just no room, and a tripod's just huge, and somebody's gonna trip over it. And yeah, so we got rid of the tripods for our setup this year, and I'm super excited about it. It gives you more confidence too, but you do have to pay for it. So that's the thing about having a nice clean setup, is it is going to cost you a little bit more money to eliminate those wires, to eliminate all those extra bags. You got to really pre-think all this stuff through. You got to take it seriously. So I asked myself the question too. This year we invested a lot of money, kind of a re-up, kind of a rebrand, moving away from other events and just strictly specializing in weddings. And we spent a lot more money in it. You know, we put a lot more money into it. And if I was starting out, I wouldn't put as much money into it because I don't know what to expect. You know, I don't have that experience yet, and I don't know what kind of venues we're going to be playing. When we first started, it was hit the ground running. Let's play as many different venues. Let's get some portable speakers that are great. I mean, they're good, but they're not great, but they're enough to get the job done. Let's just try it out. Let's see if we even like this. The thing is, a mobile DJ is a move around DJ, and we found that we fell in love with it. We love it, absolutely. But we realized like weddings are just more where we succeed and where we really feel most comfortable and confident. So that's why we said, well, it is worth investing some more money in some new speakers, some new gear that will really simplify our setup. Because like every time I'll go out there to a different venue, I'll be like, oh yeah, so we need better wind covers. Because like for some reason the last couple of weeks, man, it's just been windy out there. And like I was working with this one for the lavalier, and it's nice. I mean, it's great for inside. Like it'll cover a lot of like, you know, breathing or whatever from your officiant, whatever else like that. But this one right here is the big wind cover. And you know, maybe you won't get rid of all the wind, but at least you can reduce some of it. And this is a wireless lav we invested in this year too. We got a second receiver, and this thing has been amazing for ceremony. It's made it so much easier. Like we can shoot this thing a couple 100 feet across the ceremony, and it's backed up. So if it does drop, it's got another connection that'll save it from dropping. So it's peace of mind in a ceremony, because ceremony is live and it's a whole different ball of wax than just being a DJ out there playing a nice wedding set. If you're doing ceremony sound, this is what you want right here. Now, keep in mind, I wouldn't use this in like a military base or any sort of base that's close by, like I would just hardwire it at that point. But we had one a couple weeks ago where the coordinator said, "Hey, let's have you set up way behind the ceremony. The ceremony is way out there." I'm thinking to myself, man, if I still had a wired lavalier, I would be so not happy. Like, how am I going to run, 100 and 200 feet of XLR all the way around this place? It's no good. So with this, it's just as simple as syncing it up. And then you can give it to your aficionado and say, just turn the power off as you walk around. And then when you get back up here, just make sure you turn it on. And then I'll be back here. I'll be adjusting all your levels. So it's made everything so much more simple. It simplified our whole setup. It takes so much stress off of getting all your gear together really fast. So another thing we got, and we're going to start doing podcasts in the car. This little stand here I bought, but you put a stand on your actual like dashboard in your car or your truck, and then you can attach this piece right here. You can either use for where your air conditioning comes out if you want to. I don't really feel comfortable with that because it might break or something. So I just went ahead and put the actual like suction cup model on there. And then you put this over the top, and then you put your phone right here. And then you can just set it up. And oh, I got these really, and I highly recommend these. So this is the DJI. This is your DJI wireless mic setup for your phone. And I guess you could use it on your laptop too if you have one. But this works great for any phone. You just plug it in and you go. You got to sync it. You got to sync it up here with your other microphone. And as you can see right here, it comes with 2 microphones in this really cool case, charging case. And again, this is for wind, because for some reason or another, it gets windy and you don't notice it until you get your footage back and you're like, dang, that sounds really muffled. So make sure you have one of these present, on guard, ready to go. So when we do our podcast, we'll have 2 of these. So my assistant and I, we can have both of these. We have this one and we can have this one. And I've been using this microphone for like reels on Facebook as well, and just to do a voiceover, and it's been amazing. Like, I was thinking, man, I'm gonna have to install an app. I'm gonna have to like download a bunch of updates. Nope, just plug it in. Make sure the 2 green lights are together, and hit record your voiceover, and you're done. All right, DJI Sizzle here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I got another wedding next weekend. Actually, we have a double header next weekend. So I'll let you know how the double header went. I'm excited, man. I love this time of the year. It's really hot out, but there's something about warm weather that gets people like having a great time and just enjoying a wedding. So looking forward to next week. This last week was amazing. It went really fast. I don't know what it is, but when you have a wedding Wednesday, middle of the week, it's totally different than Friday, Saturday, Sunday weddings. So there's something nice about that. But yeah, a big thank you to even Sadie Lake, the venue owners there, Mark and Dee Dee. They're just, they're gracious owners. And like, if you're a couple looking for like a great venue, just a beautiful venue, has a barn, tent, great ceremony area, and it has a lake where you can take just beautiful photos. I would highly recommend Sadie Lake. If you're out in the Arlington area, I think it's about 10-15 minutes off I-5. So it's pretty close to the freeway. It's not too far of a drive off the freeway. I've been out there, I want to say like six or seven weddings here in the last 3 to 4 years. And every time I always say that it's a great day to be at Sadie Lake, like perfect day. So looking forward to next week. Oh, and I got to give a special thank you to Thunder Ridge, Scott and Shelly over there. They are awesome. They referred me to this last couple, and it was a total party. I haven't seen them, and I wasn't there last year, but I was there the year before in August. So it's been a little bit of time since we've been there, but it was kind of like a nice nostalgic feel, and they're always so welcoming, and it's just such a great venue too. So if you are more out in like the Maple Valley area, then Thunder Ridge is a great venue too. Great ceremony area, great little cocktail hour, and then inside you can have your dinner and you can have your dancing and partying. So if you're looking for a venue that's not like huge, but it's perfect for like I'd say like 65 to 70 people, it's a great venue for that. So, and they're great owners. They're super helpful, help you with everything. So, yeah. All right. We will talk to you next week on the next Behind the Booth with DJ iSizzle. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.